Welcome back, and moving on to our first segment for today. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi attended the celebration held by the Ministry of Endowment to celebrate the occasion of Laylat al-Qadr. Well, of course, the president also delivered a speech during the ceremony, and this speech had a lot of messages. Well, over the phone, we have Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Political Science. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Doctor. So first of all, I would like to talk about the significance of this celebration on that day.
Yes, the significance of this celebration lies in the fact that it's called Laylatul Qadr, means the night of destiny, the night of power. You know, according to the Holy Quran, it is equal 1,000 nights, and this is very holy for all Muslims to worship God and to ask God for help, for forgiveness, for giving them power to go on. So this is the significance of the night.
The president during this celebration delivered a speech. On this speech, actually, there were many important points that were tackled. And of course, to start with talking about all the efforts exerted to reflect the real image of the tolerance of Islam.
Yes, of course, that was a speech about the very basic and the very important values in Islam. One of the most important features of Islam is to practice tolerance. To practice tolerance and all the synonyms of the word. When you are talking about tolerance, you are talking about pardoning others, giving a chance for others, taking your time to reflect. Don't try to be violent by any means. The violence is not
right. So if we're talking, yes,
tolerance and toleration. You know, you can also tolerate others, even they are even far away from your stances.
Well, Doctor, talking about this and the point on which the president talked about the role of the school, of the family, when we are raising up our new generation. And definitely this is playing a crucial part in reshaping the new generation.
Yes, the president is very keen to address this issue in several occasions, because it is full of values for the young men, for the people, for the family. The family is the unit, the basic unit in a society, and if it is well developed, the society will be well developed as well. So, giving special and keen interest to upbringing the kids and making the family as a whole a stronger unit in the society would keep to Egypt its good values of having a strong nation.
Well, do we have a relation between moral development and critical thinking?
Of course, you know, this is a very important question. And I think that, in the Holy Quran, we say that we understand by hearts. You know, our hearts, even in the new research, heart is not only for emotions, or also, you know, when you have this brain, you have the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. The right hemisphere for emotions, for imagination, and the left hemisphere is intended for logical operations. So the brain in its entirety should work. You know, the logic with emotion. They should be in harmony with each other. This is the full operationalization of the power of the mind.
How far can we take benefit of this significant night, Laylat al-Qadr, for transforming the personality in general?
Yes, you can understand the value of time. You know, in certain times, in certain contexts, in certain situations, one night equals 1,000 nights. Uh, this is translated as the night of power. And I think that the term power itself is extremely important. You know that some experts in social sciences call international relations science as the science of power. So I think the significance here of the term power is very important, and that is extremely helpful for people to know about the value of time, the value of using your time to the best of your intention, and you have to do good. You have to do good all the time. You have to ask God for forgiveness all the time. And I think that night is a great opportunity for God's forgiveness for everyone who really supplicate to God and ask God to help and to give power and to give forgiveness.
Well, hello?
Hello? Yes?
Yes, so of course, building a society based on knowledge, compassion, ethics is not that easy. I mean, working hard, all entities cooperating together, I think this is something of great importance, even just taking the chance of, when you were talking right now about the transformation of a personality, and we're talking about the whole society. And of course, this is very, very important, especially that we have a real ethical leadership.
Yes, you are raising a very important and complicated question, actually, because when you are talking about family bringing, you can give it a very good shot and say what is that. But when you are talking about the entire society, yes, and to cultivate values and to cultivate strength in the society as it should be, I think this is a complicated issue because it relates to several factors. To education. Education should be there, and the education should be there should be a very good identification ground in all educational settings and educational phases. And actually, when you are talking about that, you are talking about media, and the media with capital M. What kind of media? You know, you can do a great efforts in education, but media could mess it up for you or enhance it. So how to handle these two things together? Media, and especially when you are talking about media, you are not talking about the formal media. You are talking about social media. And you know, social media is a great thing, actually, but it's also a very problematic thing for the entire world, not only for the Egyptian society. You know, it is another parallel world where people, as you have seen, everyone is watching out for that. You can feel like we are, as a human beings, became to start to live in bubbles. You know, long time ago, you can have a dinner talk and you can find family gathering. Now we can see all over the world, not in Egypt only. People are scattering, everyone in his room, watching his small apparatus called the mobile, living in his own filter. And let me tell you something about AI, artificial intelligence. One of the things that we can really capture about that artificial intelligence is that artificial intelligence is trying to personalize, is trying to give you what you would like to listen to, what you would like to watch. So it became like polarization and dissecting society into bubbles where everyone is living in his bubble. And AI is nourishing that to a great extent by nature of it.
Well, usually when we talk about such great spiritual events or days in our lives, many times we talk about how far can we work very hard on the sustainability of this kind of emotions, this kind of spiritual style that we have during these days?
Yes, of course. This is also another important question when it comes to value continuity, because if you do something good and then you forget about it after a while, and there is no accumulation, we are in real deep trouble. Because one of the most important things here is that what we can learn from Ramadan and from the great scene when you go to streets of Cairo to see how many people are going to the mosques and trying to appeal to God for forgiveness and to gain power. It is very important that this good feeling should be continued after Ramadan. And that is the challenge. And because continuity is the, once the Egyptian great letter figures, Al-Aqad, was asked about who is the genius. And they said, the genius is someone who can think out of the box. But the more genius person is the person who continue to think out of the box. Continuation, accumulation is extremely important. So we all ask God to help us in that direction.
The President has always been keen to be part of this celebration, and always when it comes to inclusion and opening the way for special needs to be part of this event and honoring the reciters of the Holy Quran. How do you see this?
Yes, of course, this is an extremely good stance on the part of the President, because when you encourage people to do good and to stick strongly to the values, I think you are cementing the society, and this is a duty of the President, and actually the duty of everyone with the President in this country. And I think that Egyptians like very much to see this is happening, because it gives motivation, it gives encouragement to go into the right path.
Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Political Science, thank you very much for joining us. Now moving on to a quick break, then we'll be back.